Shortly after we got married, we decided to start having a family and had some infertility issues. After having 2 pregnancies, wanting more, found out I have a blood disorder, and I was advised not to have any more children. I had mentioned to Randy about foster care, and he had said, I'm not really sure about that. At that point, I just really prayed, because I felt that was something God was telling me we needed to do, but I just prayed that Randy would open his heart, and if that was something, he came to me later, then I did know that that was really something that God would want for our lives. A few years later, we had been watching the movie The Blind Side.
It was the spot in the movie where they're just talking, and they're upstairs in a bedroom. She's going through, this is your bedroom, and he's like, this is mine, and she's like, yeah. And he's like, I've never had one of my own. And she's like, what do you mean, a bedroom? And he's like, no, a bed.
And he got done watching it and said, where's our paperwork? It's time.
It was because of her sister. She did it before we did. And during that time, I didn't think I was ever going to want to do it before that. But then seeing what the impact had on the kids that she brought into her family, that made me begin to change my mind. God was definitely working on me. And so just seeing that the love that they poured into them and just how it affected their lives, I thought that was something that maybe we should look into doing, and that's why we're here.
Foster care has meant a ton to our family. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about each other. We have 2 girls that now, when they grow up, are hoping to sometime do foster care and or adopt. We remember when Isabella came into the home, and she came with an outfit on and a bottle of sour milk. That was all she came with. She came with nothing else. And not only did she not come with any possessions, but she was separated from her siblings. She was separated from her mom. She was separated from her dad. And for our kids to see that has just been, it's been huge. It's a huge eye-opener.
One of the biggest things that sticks out is, I think, probably for all of us, is compassion. And just where we started in this process to where we are now, I remember people asking us, why would you bring more kids into your family? Why would you do that? And that just doesn't make sense to me. These kids didn't ask to be adopted. They didn't ask to have biological parents that can't take care of them or don't want to take care of them. It's not their fault, and they need a home. Terry overheard a conversation from some of our older kids. One of the girls that we adopted is in a wheelchair. She has cerebral palsy, she's blind, and she'll probably most likely need assistance for the rest of her life. And they were arguing who gets to watch her when Terry and I are no longer here. And it just, there's things like that, okay, Lord, you definitely are changing all of us, and definitely been an amazing journey for our family.
In James 1:27, it tells us that we're supposed to take care of the widows and the orphans. Satan has definitely attacked our family, and I've had to rely on God. When you're closer to God and doing what God says, Satan definitely doesn't want you to follow through with that. Fostering and or adopting is hard. We've had threats made to our family, to our life, but I would do it again.
The foster care system, it's a difficult process. There's all kinds of difficulties. Number one, when the kids come in, they've been through a lot. A lot more than I ever want to go through. And so there's that. And then on top of that, you have caseworker visits, you have court hearings, you have parent visits, and just a lot of difficulties. By faith, we jumped into this whole process. And so in James, it talks about that. So it says, consider it pure joy, my brethren, when you face trials of many kinds, knowing that the testing of your faith will develop perseverance. And let perseverance finish its course, so you may be mature and complete, lacking in nothing. And so, like I said, we jumped into this by faith. And during this, there was trials or difficulties, but God was definitely there. He was directing us, and so we just leaned on Him. Because of that, we feel like our faith had just grown even more. And so it was a roller coaster ride for sure, but it is a very worthwhile ride, to say the least.